Tell me about magic, Beej.
Right. Whenever I get sat in this chair and I can't leave, then I have to talk about. Well, okay. So there's in the new Modern Horizons 3, there are 58 different keywords, and I'm going to go through them all.
Please
No, I'm not. Hi, Paul.
Sorry?
Figured we'd send you.
Right. I keep thinking I'm sitting on something, but it's just my own tail.
Was Modern Horizons 3 is that like the most recent?
Modern Horizons?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the most recent Modern Horizons.
Was that this year or last year?
Yep.
That was earlier this year, yeah, I think.
Earlier this year.
We were all there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Foundations is the one that just came out.
Right.
It's not a Modern or a Horizon.
It is not. Well, it is in Modern, I suppose. It is Modern legal.
It definitely, because I remembered playing a Modern Horizons of some sort. Maybe it was 2, or maybe it was the first one, but it was like years ago.
There's also Modern Masters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Horizons that I did play because I showed up to. We were down in Seattle, and it was we were at Mox, and we went into like a back room, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we thought we'd just draft this," and they had 7 people, and me, and I was like, "Well, I can be a buy round for somebody, or I'll just draft. Sure, why not?
Just try to play the game.
I'll just try to play the game. Why?" And people are like, "Yeah, we don't care. Fine, you're learning." I'm like, "I literally don't play this game," and they're like, "Yeah, no problem." But because I'd spent so much time around all the planning for the pre-release and everything else, that I had heard an awful lot about what was going on in this set, and the thing that people kept talking about was snow-covered land.
Yeah.
And so that's just what I did, is I drafted snow-covered land.
Makes
All right.
Which I don't know if that frustrated people or not, that I was basically looking for snow keywords on everything. It's like, I didn't tell anybody, it was like, I'm going to draft snow, and I'm going to see how well I can do.
People usually pick cards that do things.
Yeah, it's true. That is the whole point. But I didn't want to screw up anybody else's draft by by doing stuff like that. And overall, though, I was like, but snow is something I understand, because it all worked. If they had the word storm on them, I probably would have just drafted a bunch of storm stuff, because I know what storm is supposed to do.
What does it do,
I would
Beej?
love to see that.
Yeah.
It's like when you do one thing that has storm on it, you can do another thing that has storm on it for like nothing. As long as those things are on your table, right?
That's exactly how that
See?
works. Yes.
I know how magic works. There's you get counters when you have so many things that say storm on the table, and you get to storm
That's
off.
just so that because you have to count what your storm count is,
Ah. Okay.
and so you don't have to keep a number in your head. The counters aren't real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you're they don't have anything to do with the game, or they have everything to do with the game.
It's not like your classic, your +1, +2 counters.
Right.
It's your...
You're keeping
Classic.
the storm counter that you would have in your head or on a piece of paper. You'd be like, yes, I now have 7 cards that say storm in front of me. That's important.
There's a lot
Yes.
of cards and mechanics that we use counters or dice to display that is not actually in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Beej, why are you asking? You're the only level 5 super jet. Just tell us how it works.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Fine.
think for Beachlander you threw us some packs. One of them might have been a Modern Horizons 3 pack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think someone got a mystery booster or a collector booster or something like that.
We gave James the Fallout collector booster.
Right. That was wild.
I want to be clear about what happened there. I walked in the room because Paul and Ben, I think, had kind of curated, this is what we know is available and this is what we'll put together. And Paul handed me 2 packs for the first game, and he's like there, and I'm like, I guess we'll give James the Fallout one, and we'll give Serge or whatever it was, right, like that kind of thing. And he was like, yes, it was whatever you want. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't come into that prepared. I don't think Paul cared which way that I did. He was like, for the first game, it's these 2 boosters, and it's a 50-50 shot as to whoever you're going to give it to. And that's how that worked out. So James got to go crazy with a walking ballista, and he was playing Surge, right? I think he was playing Surge. And his opponent, at least, had to suffer the whole time.
See,
And that's when I realized that collector's boosters are incredibly broken.
see, now what I want is a new Beejlander where you just give every card Storm, but not real Storm, just your Storm.
That would be, that'd be a beach chase thing we'd do. We'd have a plane that's like, that I would just say that, oh, if you have this keyword on your card, you can also add Storm to your card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Beej
keyword
Chase
is
would be
target.
Fun, where just every time you planeswalk, Beej gets to decide a new rule.
Oh, have you not seen us play Beach Chase?
I haven't seen Beej Chase.
So
no.
it is like playing chase,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
and
each decides.
except that all the we wrote all the cards ahead of time, and we were working on them all together, and then at the end, I asked Wheeler, because he was part of the working group, like, to create that, and he said, I will go and rewrite these so they actually make sense for play. And I'm like, good, and then when he did, I realized, oh, he's got like about 30 more words on this card so that they actually are legal to play with.
He pulled an Animate Dead, huh?
Yeah, it was it was a lot on a lot of things. He's like, oh, you have to be sure that, target opponent can do or cannot do or must do or may do or shall do. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. What do you think makes sense? He's like, I think you should say this here. I'm like, then that's what I think I should say too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go look that up.
Yeah, it was a good thing, and we do have extra Plains Chase card or Beach Chase cards that never got. We did them digitally; they were just like showed up on screen.
How do you feel about Beej's Tower?
Yes, please.
Right. So, if I understand how Judge's Tower works, it's that you have a giant stack of cards.
Everyone plays from.
Everyone plays from that.
Yep.
And that the first person who screws up loses the game.
You have infinite mana, and you have to play every card.
Anytime you could take an action, you must take that action.
Oh, I
That's
see.
for Judge's Tower, so that they catch themselves up on keeping track of a lot of triggers and interactions and stuff like that.
Right.
But you can make a tower or just play with like a Highlander deck or something like that.
Right. Because you don't need a lot of cards because games probably aren't going to take that long overall. Okay, that got some looks.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like you could just have a tower of random cards and then some booster packs in there.
Yeah, just to sweeten the deal.
Just sealed booster packs.
Oh, I like this idea all of a sudden.
And technically, you lose when you get caught making a rules infraction.
That's true.
Which is why judges play this game.
People are gonna self-report on that too. Yeah. The moment someone notices, like someone has to notice, but.
And it's not, I mean, like, I'm sure that a lot of games, probably more games of Judge's Tower, have been done not as a performance, like not in front of an audience of, several hundred people watching to see what mistakes are about to happen, right? So it is a very different feel when we have to broadcast it and you have judges in chat and you have other people watching. It's like, yeah, you're in a fishbowl. You're having to be like, I hope I don't screw up, but yeah.
MagicCon Las Vegas was the first time I've played a game off camera in like 3 years.
Was that like just with a fan at a table?
Well, because we did the Lure Chaos draft and we did the Gavin's Unknown event, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when like Ben saw there was a card, he made an incredible noise.
I heard there were cards in the Unknown that were references to pretty much all of Loading Ready Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
The people that would normally go to MagicCon. I also played Pack Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
with some people at the Dragon Shield booth, and that was a new variety of Pack War that was quite fun. It was also an infinite mana system, and you just open your pack, shuffle it up, and I believe it was less life. It was like 10 life starting total or something like that.
That's cool. The idea is to kind of get you in and out of playing the game pretty fast, too.
It was really fast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, it sounds to me like you had a really... This was your first MagicCon, was it not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And actually, I can talk about the Unknown event a bit, because it was a commander draft,
Right.
making a commander deck. And so I picked a card from a Dropout series hosted by a person named Iffy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Iffy before, yeah.
So the card is called the Actualizer, and what it was once per turn, you would read the name, mana cost, type line and power and toughness on a card and lie about one of those things, and your opponent would have to call you on it, and it was like they lose a life or two if they guess wrong. And I thought it would be really, really fun because I don't know all of the cards, and I figured, maybe some people would like to learn more about the cards and see them and stuff like that. And then as I was playing, it was pointed out to me that this is just inviting my opponent to say, actually.
Yep.
Yep.
Hence
And it
the
was-
name of the card.
It was devastating. Like,
Did
I
you
invited that into my life.
did you so you knew by
I knew
playing
that it
this-
was a reference to the
that.
show,
Yeah.
actually, but I didn't think that my opponent would be saying those words.
Right.
To me.
Yeah.